Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's YunKs. Today, I'll be showing you guys Thorn. This is an exotic Year 1 hand cannon, and just to note, I will be covering some of the Year 1 weapons before we get into Year 3. Who knows, we may see some of these weapons coming to Year 3, so I wanted to just quickly go over these weapons that I haven't used in a very long time. So anyway, enough of that, let's just jump right into the perks. Now, for my sights, I run Accurized Ballistics. Final round, the last round in the mag, deals bonus damage. In the middle, we have Snapshot, Send It, increased range and accuracy, and Perfect Balance. This weapon has extremely low recoil, so I go with Send It for that increased range and accuracy. And the last and main perk here, and probably the most annoying perk within the crucible, Mark of the Devourer, rounds pierce targets and cause lingering damage over time. I will talk about this perk more in the gameplay. Now, before we get into it, I do want to mention this is a pretty high rate of fire hand cannon, still with a decent impact. The stats are very similar to the last word. Now, let's take a look at the aesthetics. Alright, Thorn does look pretty badass, I must say. Anyway, let's just get right into the gameplay. So, Thorn versus the Ultra Knight for the DPS test. It took me 34 shots to put him down, having to reload 3 times. Each reload clocking in at 3 seconds long, each headshot dealing 738 damage, the final round shot dealing 984 damage, the damage over time damage dealing 47 per tick, and it took me 22.7 seconds to kill him. Pretty damn long. That's because this is a Year 1 weapon, of course. Anyway, we're moving right along into PvP, and Thorn will deal 81 damage to the head and 54 damage to the body. But of course, this does depend on what range you're at. If you're too far away, you will definitely not get these numbers. This is a hand cannon, and it is not meant for long range combat. I would say at a medium-ish distance, you will see a damage drop-off as well as an accuracy drop-off. It'll take 3 shots to put somebody down if all your shots are headshots, or it'll take 4 shots to put somebody down if all your shots are body shots. It could also take 2 headshots and 1 body shot to put somebody down. So what is the time to kill on Thorn? Well, let's say you land all 3 of your headshots or your 2 headshots and 1 body shot. It'll take 0.833 seconds, so you could certainly put somebody down pretty damn quickly using Thorn, of course, as long as you're placing your shots correctly. Anyway, let's get right into the good stuff. The damage over time from Mark of the Devourer. Thorn will deal a damage over time of 2 damage for 4 ticks. So let's say you shoot somebody once with Thorn and they hide behind cover. You will see the initial damage you do deal with Thorn. So let's say you got a headshot, you will see 81 damage pop up as well as a 2. And of course the 2 is from the damage over time, and you will see that 2 hit 3 more times for a total of 4, all in all dealing an extra 8 damage. Now, that really doesn't sound too significant of a number for extra damage, but it is still something, and you do have to factor in that your enemy's shield is now going to take longer to regenerate because of the damage over time, keeping them out of the battle for longer. Also, your enemy's vision will get slightly blurred when you do hit them with Thorn, which is a pain in the ass when you factor all these things in together when you do get hit by Thorn. Now, this used to be way worse. This is actually pretty manageable right now as of Year 2. But back in the day, this used to be so much worse, trust me guys. Also, Thorn is stackable, so let's say you hit 3 body shots on an enemy, you will still get all 3 of those damage over time, so the 2 damage for 4 ticks for those 3 body shots. Now they may overlay each other. You may see 2 pop up 3 times next to each other on that enemy as long as you shot that enemy quickly, and you will get your total extra 24 damage from all the damage over time, which really does add up, and it is quite significant. Just from the 3 body shots alone, you dealt a total of 162 damage to your enemy. Now let's say they got behind cover and you couldn't finish them off, and all the damage over time ticks on them, dealing another 24 damage, and all in all adding up to a total of 186 damage to that enemy. So you know they're weak, and you know their shields are going to take just a little bit longer to regenerate because of that damage over time. So of course that would be a good opportunity for you and your team to take advantage of that. Oh, and did I even mention, with the damage over time ticks, you can see exactly where your enemy is, even behind cover. You can see what direction they're heading and where they may be going. So that is, of course, another advantage that Thorn has over all weapons. Anyway, leave in the comments and let me know, guys, do you still have your Thorn? And if you do you still use it? And if so, let me know what you think of it. And if you don't have it, is this a weapon that you're interested in getting? Overall, I did have fun with Thorn. I felt guilty as all hell using this in the Crucible. It did perform very, very well, even after all the nerfs it had. And it certainly felt like a pretty damn solid hand cannon, and certainly a unique one, and probably a little bit OP, even with the minimal damage over time that they have added to this weapon after the nerf. It is still annoying to play against. I did get one piece of hate mail while using this weapon. I'm actually surprised I didn't get more. And do you guys think Thorn is coming into year 3? Yeah, just leave in the comments and let me know what you think about that. Me personally, I am just not a big fan of Thorn. I don't like using it. I don't like playing against it. I'm just not really a big fan. So of course, I really hope if they are going to bring it into year 3, they just tweak it a little bit more, because as is, it is certainly capable of performing very, very well. Maybe just a little too well. This weapon still has plenty of advantages over pretty much all other weapons in the game, so yeah, it's kind of BS. Anyway, that's pretty much going to wrap this one up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the video, and go ahead and leave a sub if you haven't already if you want to see more weapon reviews similar to this one. I'm always covering weapons here in Destiny. Anyway, guys, I will see you next time.